Hakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great wisdom, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right. Today I want to go into a topic, just kind of free coursing it. It's really kind of, I just came back, really kind of get my mind together, get my spirit together. But nonetheless, Babylon is still falling, you know? Babylon is still falling, you know? And I was listening to a Jake talk about Eve. All right, shalom, shalom. I was listening to a Jake talk about Eve and how Eve, he gravitates to, she gravitates to the streets, which we all know that. But I was also talking to a brother the other day about the city, how basically Jacob has become useless. All right, Jacob has become useless in the city, meaning the average man in the 50s and 60s, 70s, they acquired a skill. All right, but the scripture says, "As for my people, children are their oppressor, and women rule over them." Right, women rule over them. Let me switch the view. All right, children are their oppressor, and women rule over them. All right, and who are the women that rule over us? The so-called black women. It's a matriarch. Man, in America, out of these inner cities, the matriarch manufacture useless niggas, man. That's how, like in the state of Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, they manufacture football players, right? Meaning, by the time you 5 years old, your background, your dad and all that, he might have you playing football, coaches and stuff, right? Especially from the rural parts. Where the inner city, they manufacture useless niggas, man. All right? And then this is something that happens mainly in America, man. All right, that's a counselor, Eve, but we're finding out that all this came from Eve. Eve's mindset, it produced a counselor in the world, man. It produced a counselor in the world that wherever Eve manufactured human goes, it brings down the value in that environment. Okay? And we all know Eve like hood dudes or whatever, but you'll realize where Eve is ratchet. You got the sexy reds, you got the Lil Durks and the King Vons and the Futures. But when you take them out the hood, they are a counselor, they are a liability, man. That's why it says in Lamentations, how has the gold turned to basically, what's that, like a useless potters? But the rest of the world is not an extension of the inner city. As soon as you leave the nigger world, all right, slum village, so to speak, man, you gotta have etiquette. You gotta have culture. You gotta have, it's the way you talk to other people. All right? You move into a nice neighborhood, it's expected for you to be conducive to keeping that neighborhood up, not bringing the neighborhood down. But there's a certain mentality that comes out of the inner city, all right, that just a counselor everywhere else, man. And that environment within itself is a counselor within that city. All right, it's a certain type of environment that produce the Bonds and the Chief Keefs and the FBD Ducks and the Pooh Shiesties. And true enough, a lot of them knew that dance, but that dance was caught up in the bullshit, man. For one, that's not how the rest of the world works. And secondly, that's not how life works, man. Okay? That's not how we were developed in the cities, man. At the water for that scripture, brother. But furthermore, all right, just switching the topic, Esau, all right, is furthering his agenda with AI. And AI is a hoax, man. And I was talking to the brother about this, right? Back when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I was in a Head Start. And I don't know if y'all remember McGruff, like Cuff McGruff or something like that. It's that dog that they use to teach about drug awareness or whatever, Cuff McGruff. Well, when I was at Head Start, it's like 30 years ago, the police brought that dog there to talk to the kids about drugs and violence or whatever he was talking about. And I went to go use the restroom, and as I went to go use the restroom, I saw the police talking through like this microphone, and that was the dog talking. It was like a ventriloquist, so to speak, to that dog. Okay? So I saw behind the scenes, and that's AI. People think that AI is some self-generated thing, but basically it is regurgitating all the data that you put in. But people marvel at it as though it's some idol. You know? No, this is a product of people's input. They put input into a database, man. All right? It's a hoax. It's a scam. All right? It's a scam, man. Just how I saw the man behind the scenes speaking for the dog to create the illusion that the dog was speaking for itself. No, this AI is just nothing but a big database that has all our data into its system, and it regurgitates it back out as though it's some oracle, you know. But the Most High, all right, and that's his NWO. His kingdom ran off of artificial intelligence. That's what he's been projecting in the movies for decades, all right. But that's his Tower of Babel, or his artificial intelligent kingdom, and everybody is plugged into it through the charagma, man. All right, and once again, that's his Tower of Babel. Okay, but hey, like the Most High said, but I would bring them down. You know, I would, you know, they should build, but I would tear them down, so to speak, man. Okay, but the point is that this artificially engineered kingdom is going to be destroyed. All right, there will be no more artificial intelligence, man. Esau doesn't have to upgrade creation. All right, Yahweh Shai and the Alahayim, they said it is good when the earth was created and the things within the earth was created, man. We don't need the earth doesn't need Esau to upgrade it. You see? The earth does not need Esau to upgrade it, man. All right, but that's pretty much the point, man. There's a couple of things that was on my spirit going from Eve to AI. All right, see, Esau, he disrupted the systems in the planet Earth. And the way you know that he's a counselor in the earth, because the systems that he disrupted, it cannot sustain Earth. So the planet that we live in, if we were to be here more decades, our children won't see this environment. Our children won't see a world where, you know, they could travel to this country and everything is fine. Certain countries are not going to be inhabitable by 2040 because of this guy. Certain countries are not going to be inhabitable. Certain area you can't breathe. Esau created the concept of smog through his industries, man. All right, just how you can check your phone and check the temperature, there are certain programs in your phone, certain apps, it tells you the current air quality for the day. But who's the reason why you have to even check the air quality, man? So the world that Esau created for himself is not a world that the next generation can thrive in. All right? Just how in the whole country now, if it's 90, 100 degrees in the south, it might be 90, 100 degrees in the East Coast. That was unheard of, 20, 30 years ago, man. Heat waves in Europe and people not used to it and they're dying. You know? This man is creating an uninhabitable world, man. An uninhabitable earth, man. All right? But that's why Yahweh Shai is coming to cut out that long disease like you put in the comment board, bro. That physician is about to cut off this long disease. That long disease started at the rebirth of the Edomites, called the Renaissance period, man. When they came back into power, death started to thrive in the planet Earth, man. All right? 1 second. All right? Death started to thrive in the planet Earth. And now he's making it to where the produce is given to you by Monsanto. All right? 95% of the food is from a laboratory. Man, that's death. The woman has been engineered to be a demon. All right? And she manufactured demons. Mistress women should bring forth monsters. All right? That's a monster, man. YNs, those are monsters, man. I don't care what nobody says. That's a monster, man. All right, that's Frankenstein's little monster. All right, but with that, I hope you were edified. Till the next time, shalom.